The 1980s gave us Juan Luis Guerra redefining romance with silky bachata, Rubén Blades turning salsa into cinema with streetwise storytelling, and Soda Stereo electrifying the continent with new wave shimmer. But that was only the beginning. From iconic anthems to overlooked gems, these are 10 Latin albums from the 1980s that changed music forever. Number 10, Clics Modernos by Charly García.
Se cansó de hacer canciones de protesta y se vendió a Fiorucci.
Charly García didn't just release an album in 1983, he dropped a blueprint for the future. Clics Modernos was the sound of neon nights, drum machines echoing through Buenos Aires, and a generation discovering the thrill of modern pop. Reportedly recorded in New York, the sessions fused rock Argentino's soul with the urgency of new wave keyboards and sharp electronic edges. Legend has it that the album's bold production shocked traditionalists who weren't ready for Garcia's leap into the digital age. But that's exactly what made it revolutionary. You can practically picture the era. Boomboxes on cracked sidewalks, late-night FM radio shows spinning No Me Dejan Salir, and teenagers copying Charly's wild hair in the mirror. Today, the album stands as one of South America's pivotal reinventions, a fearless moment when rock dared to reboot itself. Turn the dial up, this next record set the sound on fire. Number 9, Escenas by Rubén Blades.
Just a jackknife has all my heat.
Released in 1985, Escenas found Rubén Blades at the height of his cinematic storytelling powers. Every track plays like a short film, gritty alleys, whispered conversations, barroom laughter, and hard-won hope. Working with the powerhouse Seis del Solar, Blades pushed salsa beyond dance floors and into narrative territory few had imagined. There's a story fans still debate that one track was reworked multiple times after Blades felt it didn't breathe enough between the conga hits. Whether true or myth, it adds to the album's legend as a perfectionist's masterpiece. Imagine the era. Packed tropical clubs, floorboards vibrating, lovers trading steps under blue lights while Blades' voice painted whole worlds. Its legacy is vast. A generation of salsa narrators followed, borrowing his blend of poetry and pulse. Different city, same rebel heartbeat, our next band carried the torch. Number 8, Signos by Soda Stereo. By 1986, Soda Stereo had already sparked the Latin rock movement, but Signos turned the spark into a wildfire. This album draped moody synths over Gustavo Cerati's atmospheric guitar lines, creating a sound both intimate and expansive. It was rock en español stepping confidently into its adolescence. Studio lore says Cerati obsessed over the title track's layering, pushing late-night sessions until every echo hit just right. Whether or not the story is exaggerated, it captures the band's meticulous approach. Picture the time. Teens scribbling Soda Stereo logos on notebooks, Walkmans hissing with rewound tapes, and stadiums beginning to tremble under the band's growing power. The album's influence is undeniable. Countless Latin alternative bands trace their lineage straight to Signos. We've rocked hard enough now for a slow burn anthem that hits the gut. Number 7, Romance by Luis Miguel. When Romance dropped in 1987, Luis Miguel took a daring turn, reviving the classic bolero with youthful fire. Most expected him to ride the pop wave of the decade, but instead he breathed new life into songs their grandparents cherished. The result was a velvet-smooth, candlelit masterpiece that swept the Latin world. Rumor has it that the project nearly didn't happen. Executives feared boleros were too old-fashioned. Luis Miguel pushed anyway, reimagining them with lush orchestration and a voice that could melt the coldest heart. Picture slow dances at quinceañeras, couples swaying under dim lights, and radios playing La Barca at midnight. Here's your retention hook. One of the top 3 albums on this list literally saved a career. But back to Romance, it proved that tradition could triumph in the modern age, influencing generations of crooners, and the story behind this next cut still sparks debate among fans. Number 6, As Falls Wichita, So Falls Wichita Falls by Pat Metheny and Lyle, Latin jazz influence. Though not strictly a Latin artist album, its release in 1981 sent shockwaves through Latin jazz communities. The textures, the rhythmic detours, and that sprawling title track felt like invitations for Latin musicians to experiment, blend, and reshape identity. Across Brazil, Mexico, and the Caribbean, players embraced its expansive, atmospheric palette. There's a tale, rarely confirmed, that the album's cascading percussion inspired several Latin fusion bands of the decade to adopt ambient intros and elongated instrumental breaks. True or not, you can sense its fingerprints across countless studio sessions from the era. Imagine jazz clubs at dusk, cigarette smoke twisting in golden stage lights, musicians lifting their heads mid-solo, as something in this album's spirit pushed them further. Its legacy is subtle but profound, a quiet giant that nudged Latin jazz toward global fusion. Quick pit stop: if these classics still give you goosebumps, hit like so more Latin fans find this. And stick around because the top tracks are the ones that truly define the decade. Number 5, Entre y Yo by Gabriel. Released in 1988, Entre y Yo was the moment Gabriel's voice, smoky, powerful, unmistakable, became a continental force. Rooted in ranchera but infused with pop ballad warmth, the album spoke directly to the heart, heartbreak on highway drives, telenovela-level yearning, and the strength to stand again. Fans still swap stories about her marathon recording sessions, where she reportedly insisted on capturing full takes without emotional breaks. Whether myth or miracle, the rawness is undeniable. Picture Mexico's late-night radio. Waves, lovers replaying Simplemente Amigos, hoping for courage, and street vendors humming her melodies between customers. The album opened doors for powerful female vocalists across Latin America, proving vulnerability and fire could coexist beautifully. If that was thunder, the next one is lightning. Number 4, Amandote by Emmanuel. In 1980, Emmanuel released Amandote, a bold fusion of pop, soul, and orchestral flair that set him apart from the crooner crowd. His delivery was theatrical, yet intimate, the kind that made listeners feel like each track was a personal confession. The arrangements shimmered with 80s charm without losing classic romantic depth. There's a whispered industry story that Emmanuel insisted on re-recording the lead single after hearing a rival artist prepping a dangerously similar style. True or not, his determination shaped an album that feels unmistakably his. Picture couples strolling city plazas at dusk, cassette boomboxes playing softly, and that unmistakable 80s reverb floating through the warm air. Its legacy is long-lasting. A generation of Latin pop ballad artists cite Emmanuel's fearlessness in blending lush production with emotional vulnerability. Turn the dial up, this next record changed everything for tropical music. Number 3's Bachata Rosa by Juan Luis Guerra y 440.
La encontré en el camino. No.
This is the album that didn't just make history. By most accounts, it saved Juan Luis Guerra's career. Released in 1989, Bachata Rosa transformed bachata from a marginalized genre into a global sensation. Guerra fused poetic lyrics with elegant arrangements, elevating the sound to romantic, sophisticated heights. Stories circulate that early demos were considered too soft for the market. Guerra ignored the noise and trusted his vision, and the payoff was massive. Visualize Dominican streets buzzing with the album's bright guitars, couples spinning in breezy nightclubs, and radios looping Burbujas de Amor until the sun rose.
pero
The album shattered expectations and became a cornerstone of modern tropical music. Lore time, because the story behind our next pick only grows louder with age. Number 2, Palante by Willie Colón. Released in 1984, Palante captured Willie Colón at a fiery crossroads. Salsa was evolving fast, and Colón, never one to play it safe, steered into political commentary, street realism, and bold sonic shifts. The album blends gritty horns, tight percussion, and a swagger that made every note feel like a declaration. Rumor has it that one track nearly got cut after heated arguments over its lyrical message. Colón stood firm, believing music had to reflect the world around it, and that conviction pulses through the record. Picture-packed New York block parties, dancers spinning in the summer heat, and Colón's trombone slicing through the chaos like a battle cry. Its legacy looms large. A generation of socially conscious salsa artists followed his lead. Our number 1, track split critics at release, then conquered the world. Number 1, Selena, self-titled, by Selena Alwayti Los Dinos. Before she became an icon, Selena forged her path with this 1989 self-titled breakthrough, a Tejano gem that blended cumbia swing, pop sparkle, and irresistible border town rhythms. It wasn't universally embraced at first. Some critics weren't sure Tejano could cross over, but fans knew the energy, the youth, the charm. It was undeniable. Studio anecdotes tell of Selena recording entire vocal lines in one breath, leaving producers stunned. Whether exaggerated or not, the vocal magic is real. Picture brightly colored dance floors, families firing up weekend barbecues, and kids learning cumbia steps in living rooms as Selena's voice filled the air. This album didn't just elevate Tejano, it opened doors for Latin crossover success and laid the foundation for a legend. If that brought back memories, tap like and subscribe to keep the classics alive. From arena-shaking anthems to forgotten gems, these albums prove why Latin's golden era will never die. Next up, 10 Latin albums from the 1970s that changed music forever. Forgotten gems. It's waiting for you on screen on